What's up, YouTube? How you doing? So this video gonna be about um, holiday sports out of basketball and football. What I like to watch on the holiday sports if I'm watching it, because they have all day games and everything has become about clicks and views, and the NFL done their thing, the NBA does their thing, and it's all day telecast. And I've probably done this one. I probably do it every year around the same time. But which one do I prefer to watch? Well, football is always king. But the basketball one does resonate more. There were always more theatrics watching it on this particular day. When you watch it, the NBA games, some of the matchups, some of the teams that have played, some of the rivals, the bitterness, the whole thing. It's just amazing when I think about some of the big games that have happened on a particular day. When I think about it and how it shaped up the year. So I've had a lot of memories of them. I've had some where I just remembered how the games ended, the style, and it just, and of course there were college football games. They used to be the blue gray game, and now they got, college football, not so much on the 25th. Now, the NFL has gotten in on board of it. Of course, they didn't made it where you have to have NFL Network or you have to have this Amazon Prime or something. And it's taken away from the fan because it wasn't meant to be like all like that, but now they found a way to monopolize and manipulate it. So it can be entertaining, but most of those games aren't that good. They're just because of the teams that are playing. But the NBA to me has the day on the 25th pretty much still on lock because you still have matchups that you're kind of like, ooh, ah, you're looking for it. Certain ones that you just look forward to seeing. Um, I remember used to loving those old Philadelphia 76ers, Celtics or Sixers and Knicks games. And then Laker games were entertaining. The Bulls became entertaining. The Heat games were entertaining. Golden State, Cleveland, certain things that you remember watching over the years when it was a holiday game, and it had a certain relevance to it because then you were looking to see how this team would do, because it was like one of those days that it was mainly geared towards the NBA, but now it's been geared towards um, the NFL. So it's kind of interesting when I think about it. It kind of goes both ways, which way you want it, how you want to do it. So that's kind of how I am with it. But anyway, um, it has definitely taken on a different hit, um, and not necessarily always for the best, because it's kind of like I'm kind of like indifferent, I miss it where it was more exclusive to probably the NBA. But again, I understand business has changed. People have more options with their phones and visuals and stuff. So that has changed the landscape. So we don't look at stuff like we once did per se. So that's kind of where we are. But definitely, it was a good question. And when I think about it, when I think about the holidays, which one out the NBA or the NFL, which one gears towards me, I gotta say the NBA. I gotta say, holiday sports on TV, the NBA comes out on top because the NFL really doesn't have, you know, that marquee game. And you'd have to have a marquee game where you go, ooh. And they really don't get it right on that. They just have some rivals, but it's more about the entertainment and what they do. So anyway, let me know when we get to this particular date and holiday on the NBA or holiday with the NFL. Which one do you prefer and why? Let me know in the comments below. Please hit like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit. If you like, hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay true. I'm out one time. Peace.